What is your name, please?
My name is Harold Call.
What is your name, please?
My name is Harold Call.
What is your name, please?
My name is Harold Call.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one of them is the real Harold Call, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. And here is our host, Bud Collier.
Good evening, and welcome once again to our game of deliberate misrepresentation, wherein our panel endeavors to figure out which one of three challengers has sworn to tell the truth. Tell the Truth is brought to you each week by Geritol, America's #1 tonic, the high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger fast. And now let's meet our cross-examiners. What is your name, please?
My name is Betsy Palmer.
My name is Don Amici.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
And my name is Hy Gardner.
Needless to say, we are delighted, I especially, to welcome Betsy Palmer and Don Amici to our show. We just hope you'll enjoy it as much as we enjoy having you here.
We hope so. Thank you.
Thank you, Bud, very much. I'm sure we will enjoy it.
I think you will. All right, now remember, these three gentlemen all claim to be Harold Call. Only one, of course, is the real Harold Call. The other two have merely assumed that identity, and they do not have to stick to the truth. Now, panel, in front of you, you'll find copies of an affidavit. Will you please follow along while I read from the original? I, Harold Call, am a letter carrier for the United States Post Office. At various times in my career, I have been a salesman and an amateur boxer. As a delegate for the National Association of Letter Carriers, I have made many trips to Washington, D.C. on behalf of the postal employees. And I recently appeared on Ed Murrow's See It Now television program. This past week, I have delivered more than 100,000 pieces of Christmas mail to the homes on my route. Signed, Harold Call. Now, panel, these three gentlemen all claim to be Harold Call, the mailman. Only the real Harold Call is required to answer your questions truthfully. You will each question until you hear this signal, and at the end of the questioning period, you will, of course, be required to cast your vote for the one who in your person is the real Harold Call. And we'll begin our first round of questioning tonight with Hy Gardner. Hy?
Number two, what does the name Robert Schaefer mean to you?
Robert Schaefer is the postmaster that just finished here in the city of New York. He's through as postmaster.
Thank you, sir. Number one, you were a boxer, and you're a mailman now. What former Postmaster General of the United States was also a boxing commissioner?
James Farley.
Number three, when you were on Person to Person, about how many cameramen, technicians, assistants, and so forth invaded your home?
None.
None. Wasn't it done from your home?
No.
Where was it done from? Post office?
No, from a meeting hall.
A meeting hall. Number two, where were you person to person?
Beg your pardon?
Where were you person to person? Where did you appear on the show? From your home?
No, it was in the meeting hall, sir.
And number one?
It was a meeting hall.
Where was the meeting hall?
85th Street and Amsterdam Avenue.
Thank you, sir.
Betsy?
Well, number one, what did you sell as a salesman?
Fuel, oil, and insurance.
Number two, what did you sell?
I peddled insurance.
You peddled insurance. Number three?
Cutlery.
Cutlery. Number three, did you sell it from door to door as you do your mail? Well, I don't mean you sell it, but I mean, walk from door to door with it?
Yes.
With your cutlery, did you, number two?
I beg your pardon?
Did
I
you
go
walk from door to door?
Yes, I was with the Metropolitan.
Oh, I see. Well, now, Hy was saying that you were on Person to Person. I believe in my affidavit it says See It Now. I'm not sure. But number one, See It Now, who is the producer of that show?
I don't know who the producer of See It Now was.
Don Amici.
Number one, at what weight did you fight?
Heavy, welterweight, and light middleweight.
Heavy, welterweight, and light middleweight. Number two, what weight did you fight?
I did light heavy. I fought as a light heavy, Mr.
Light
H.
heavyweight. Number three?
155 pounds.
155 pounds. What weight is that?
A heavy welter.
That's a heavy welter. Number 2, you fought as what? A light heavyweight?
Light heavyweight.
What was your weight?
174.
174. Number 1, you fought as a light heavyweight?
No.
Also?
I was between 153 and 158 pounds.
153. That was a heavyweight, a light heavyweight.
Heavy welterweight and light middleweight.
I want to tell you, when this fella got in a ring, it was crowded. All right, Kitty
Number
Carlisle.
1, how long has government postal service been in effect?
Since 1865.
Number 2, can you quote the inscription on the top of the New York post office?
Oh, I'll try. Neither rain, nor snow, nor hail, nor sleet shall hinder the carriers from their appointed tasks.
Oh, bravo. Number 3, can you tell me what happens to all the letters to Santa Claus that the children write to the... What happens to them when they reach the post office?
Well, I can only guess on this, but I imagine they go to charitable people who take care of the letters.
Okay, panel, that's it. It's time to vote. So without consultation, will you please mark your ballots and select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Remember, please, that the team of challengers will receive $250 for every incorrect vote. Betsy, all set?
Yes, I am.
Okay, for whom did you vote?
Well, I voted for number 2 because he has such rosy cheeks and he's been walking around a lot.
How about your vote, Don?
I voted for number 2 for 2 reasons. He pronounced the word Harold more easily than the other 2 did, and also he knows the weight of a light heavyweight.
Kitty?
I voted for number 1 on the basis of his information, and also because when he stood with his letter bag, the way he hefted it and the way his legs looked, it looked as though he'd been used to carrying it.
How about your choice, Hi?
I voted for number 2, also, Bud, for 2 reasons. First of all, he had the lowdown on the former postmaster, Schaefer. And secondly, he looks like the type of fellow who's been playing post office for years.
Oh, boy. Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays High Gardner from the swift completion of his appointed round. All right, there you've heard our minds made up and our reasons for our votes. Let's find out now which one of these gentlemen is the real, very busy Christmas mailman. Will the real Harold Call please stand up? Oh, boy. Well, we can't say April Fool, but December Fool, kids. We really pulled it on you. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do?
I am Peter P. Sharkey, business representative for local number 3, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, AFL-CIO.
And number 2, how about you?
My name is Ray Barbuti, and I'm the Deputy Director of the New York State Civil Defense Commission.
I think, as a matter of fact, panel, there's a little more information about Ray Barbuti that you should know, and that is he is and was one of America's greatest track stars of all time. In the 1928 Olympics, he won 2 gold medals.
Well, wonderful.
Well, you sure fooled him, believe me. And, of course, that means a clean sweep for you. Namely, since there were 4 incorrect votes at $250 each, $1,000 from Gerald Hall, gentlemen. Merry Christmas to you. Good night, and the best of good luck. Challenges, please.
What is your name, please?
My name is David Weinstra.
What is your name, please?
My name is David Weinstra.
What is your name, please?
My name is David Weinstra.
All right, panel, once again, will you follow along as I read from my copy of this affidavit? I, David Weinstra, am a high school senior and a junior achievement businessman. Junior Achievement is a program wherein high school students own and operate their own small-scale business enterprises as a means of economic education. The company of which I am president was honored on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange last week when the president of the exchange gave us an award for the best annual report in a competition among 3,000 junior achievement companies. Signed, David Weinstra. Now, panel, these three young men, as you heard, all claim to be David Weinstra, president of a corporation. Remember again that only the real David Weinstra is required to answer truthfully, and we'll begin this round with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Number one, what does this company of which you are president, what does it do?
Well, we manufacture and sell auto safety lamps. That is, we get the materials ourselves and make them and then sell them.
Number two, what do you charge for these safety lamps?
I wouldn't know. I'm in the importing business.
Oh, in the importing business. Number two, are you in the importing business or do you make safety lamps?
No, I make a product called the Dial-A-Pen.
The what?
Dial-A-Pen, it's a miniature telephone, and when you lift it up, lift the receiver, there's a ballpoint pen there, with which you write.
Oh, wonderful. Number one, what do you mind saying what profit your company made this year?
Well, our net profit was $335.
Number two, I want to know how much time he spends on his schoolwork.
Number
Folks all
three,
his time to business.
Number three, just a comment in passing. Did Don Amici invent your telephone?
No, he didn't.
Very good.
Number one, who is the president of the New York Stock Exchange?
Keith Funston.
How do you spell his name, number two?
Funston.
Number two, where do you attend school?
Roosevelt High School.
Where is that?
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington?
Yes, sir.
What is the top newspaper in Seattle, Washington?
The Seattle Times.
Can you give me another one?
Betsy?
Oh, and number three, what is a bear, according to the stock exchange?
A bear is a lemon.
A bear is a lemon?
Yes.
That's a good one. That's something new for me. What would you call a bear, number one?
I wouldn't know.
Number two, what would you call a bear?
I'm not sure.
Number three, what shouldn't you be in the stock market if you want to be a success?
A failure.
No. Number one, oh my, these boys. They're all done up this Christmas Eve. Oh, I'm not finished already, am I?
Sorry.
Number one, how many years of foreign languages have you had?
I've had 3 years now.
3 years. Number two, how many years of foreign languages?
2 years.
How many?
2.
And number three?
I've had 3.
You've had 3 years.
Yes.
How many years must you have to be able to graduate? Number one.
I think 3 is required.
3 is required. Number two, how many years must you have?
My high school, 2 are required.
2. And number three?
My high school, 2.
Pardon me?
In my high school, 2 years.
Number one, what average must you have to enter a good college?
I think 75 is certificating.
Well, there we leave it. I don't know whether you and I'll get in or not, Don, on that average, but in any event, we'll try. It's pretty high these days, and as high as it is, it's time to vote once more. So without consultation, panel, will you mark your ballots? And select number one, number two, or number three. You just finished yours, didn't you, Betsy?
Yes, I
All right,
did.
for whom did you vote this round?
Well, I voted for number two for no good reason at all, except he has a blonde head like mine, I guess.
Well, that's a good sound reason from where I'm sitting. Don, for whom was your vote?
I have to vote for number one for no specific reason, just that I think number two was incorrect when he mentioned the Seattle Times, and that's all. No good reason.
Kitty?
Well, I voted for number one because he looks pale enough to be in business and going to school at the same time. And he bears a future resemblance to John D. Rockefeller.
All right, Hi,
Well,
what
I
about your
voted for
choice?
number two along with John Amici. I thought he was going to say the Post-Intelligencer, but just the same, I voted for him because after I saw him stand up there, I think that he's probably the biggest of the little businessmen that I've ever met.
So once again, you've heard our reasons and our votes. Let's see how they compare with yours, trusting, of course, that you've been trying to select at home as well on this Christmas Eve. So we'll find out right now which one of these three young men is the real corporation president. Will the real David Weinstra please stand up? Thank you, sir. Well, you got a good average on that time. Now, number one, would you tell us who you are and what you really do?
My name is John Hayes, and I'm a junior at Loyola School here in New York.
And how about you, number three?
My name is Jack Farrell, and I am an usher and page at CBS in New York.
Well, boys, we had exactly 2 incorrect votes there, and that means that $250 each. That's a total of $500 from Geritol. A Merry Christmas to you. Good night and good luck. We'll meet a new set of challenges in just a moment. Have our third team of challengers, please.
What is your name, please?
My name is Alice Watson.
What is your name, please?
My name is Alice Watson.
What is your name, please?
My name is Alice Watson.
All right, panel, from my seat in the snowbank here, may I direct your attention to your copies of this affidavit while I read it. I, Alice Watson, am a lieutenant in the Salvation Army. Last year, I graduated from the training school for officers, and since that time have been stationed in the New York area. I was married this year. My husband and both my parents are Salvation Army workers. Much of my time this Christmas season has been spent in the traditional Salvation Army street corner musical programs to collect money for the benefit of the needy. Signed, Alice Watson. All right, these ladies all claim to be Alice Watson, as you heard, panel, Salvation Army officer. Again, a question until you hear the signal. Let's begin this round with Don Amici. Don?
Number one, was there a Salvation Army girl in a musical comedy a few years ago in New York?
I don't know.
Number two?
Well, I could mention Guys and Dolls. I guess that's what you're referring to.
Number three?
I think there was a Major Barbara.
Major Barbara. Number one, where was the Salvation Army founded?
In London, England.
Number two?
In London, England.
Number three?
In East London, England.
What street corner do you play on, number one?
On various street corners.
Last night, what street?
I don't think we played on one last night.
Number two, did you play on a street corner last night? Where?
Yes, we were around Pennsylvania Station.
High Gardner.
Okay,
I'm sorry, excuse me, Kitty, forgive me. Yes, it is. And that's, I wouldn't deny any audience the real Christmas present of having you question our challenge. So please forgive me, Kitty.
Number three, I want to know who makes your enchanting hat.
Well, the Army makes them. We have a special headquarters that makes all the uniforms and the hats.
And who designed your uniform to start with?
Catherine Booth, the
General
wife
Booth?
of the founder.
Designed it.
Originally designed. They've been changed since then.
I see. Number three, do the Salvation Army workers devote all their time to the Salvation Army? Are you allowed to hold an outside job, number two?
Oh, I didn't realize you said
yes.
Yes, you are, but the officers are not allowed to hold outside jobs.
High Gardner.
I noticed that you were married to another Salvation Army officer and your parents were Salvation Army officers. May you marry outside of the Army?
Who are you talking
Number two?
No. If you're an officer, you may not. If you're a regular soldier, you can.
Number one, where are the New York executive headquarters of the Salvation Army?
On 14th Street, New York City.
Number two, there is a Salvation Army Memorial Hotel here in New York, I believe. Can you tell me where it is located?
That is on, I believe, downtown on 34th Street.
Yeah. Number three, would you tell me where it is?
It's on Henry Street. I don't remember the number.
Number 1, could you tell me where? It's a long time since I've stayed there, so I don't remember either. The Salvation Army Memorial Hotel. Where is that, do you know?
I don't think there is such a thing.
Uh-huh. Number 3, what was the name of the movie eulogizing the Salvation Army?
I don't know.
Number... Betsy?
What was the name of the play, number 3, that was written about a Salvation Army girl? A girl who joined the Salvation Army?
Major Barbara.
And who wrote that play, number 1?
I don't know.
Number 2, do you know who wrote the play?
Yes, George Bernard Shaw.
Can you tell me, number 3, what her father did in the play? What
I
was his
didn't see the
capacity?
play. I don't know.
Number 2, could you tell me?
Well, as I remember, he was a businessman of some sort. I'm not sure.
Number 1, your mother and father in the Salvation Army, what are their ranks?
They are senior majors.
Well, that's it. Time to vote once again. Sorry to cut you off in your questioning, but the time is gone, so will you please mark your ballots? And once again, as before, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. All set, Betsy?
Yes, I am.
For whom this time?
Well, I voted for number 3 this time because she looks like an Alice, almost like an Alice in Wonderland. That's not making much sense, is it?
It's all
That's
right.
why I voted
Real
for
good.
her.
No, indeed it is. How about you, Don?
I voted for number 2. I guess probably because she knew about guys and dolls, but that's about the only reason I have.
Kitty, I won't miss you this time.
I voted for number 3. Well, I liked her whole attitude about the uniform and the hat, and I just thought it was the one.
Hi, Gardner?
Well, I voted for number 3, too, for a couple of reasons, but I think foremost because I'm sure she wasn't lying, because in order to get in the Salvation Army, you can't lie.
All right. To tell the truth, I thought of that, too, but I couldn't use it since I don't have a vote. But right now, we're going to find out which one of these lovely ladies is the real Salvation Army officer. So, will the real Alice Watson please stand up?
Oh, no!
I never saw it to fail, panel. Every time you try to typecast one of these challenges, it never works. It really doesn't. Number 2, would you tell us who you really are and what you do?
My name is Marjorie Knoll, and I'm working toward my master's degree at Columbia.
Thank you. And number 3, what about you?
My name is Beverly Evans. I'm a musician, and my last engagement was with the Soyford Band at Jamaica Racetrack.
Well, we did all right there tonight for our Christmas Eve special. Wasn't that a lovely scene of them standing in the snow?
Beautiful.
See, I could have seen that over and over again. Well, you did all right. You fooled them all, and that's a total of $1,000 on this Christmas Eve. Congratulations, Merry Christmas, good night, and good luck, ladies. Incidentally, Lieutenant Watson has asked that her share of the winnings be given to the Salvation Army, which shall be done. For tonight, except to say, and we're happy about it, that Betsy Palmer and Don Amici will be back with us again next week. And with those few words, Merry Christmas and good night, panel.
Good night,
Good night,
Bob.
and Merry Christmas.
Now, on behalf of our sponsor, Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and, of course, good health and a good year ahead. Right now, this is Bud Collier saying good night and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Cogden production. In association with the CBS Television Network.